Top 10 gemstones with calming, peaceful patterns. Peace has become a luxury in an age of noise, pressure, and digital overload. But sometimes serenity doesn't come from a silent room or an extended vacation. Sometimes it comes from something small enough to hold in your hand. A gemstone with the power to ground, soothe, and reconnect. The earth has been shaping beauty for billions of years, and within its depths lie stones that don't just sparkle, but radiate stillness. These are the top 10 gemstones with calming, peaceful patterns. Nature's answer to the chaos of modern life. Don't forget to press and hold that like button, leave a comment, and hit subscribe before we begin. Ranked 10th, Flower Agate, the Earth's most gentle and mysterious masterpiece, flower agate. It's not just beautiful, it's unlike anything else you'll ever hold in your hand. At first glance, it's a soft pink or milky white stone, often just 2 or 3 inches across. But take a closer look, and inside you'll find natural plume inclusions, delicate shapes that look like tiny flowers frozen in time. These aren't carvings or dyes. This is nature's artwork, created millions of years ago as silica cooled and trapped mineral traces of manganese and iron. Each blossom is 100% unique, making every piece of flower agate a one-of-a-kind sculpture born from the earth. But what sets flower agate apart isn't just how it looks, how it feels. This stone carries what many call gentle momentum. It doesn't shout, it nudges. It's for the woman starting over at 40. The artist is coming back from burnout. The man is grieving but ready to heal. Flower agate isn't about stillness. It's about subtle movement, blooming slowly and courageously from the inside out. No wonder it's often called the dreamer's stone. Not because it helps you escape, but because it reconnects you to the version of yourself that still believes in new beginnings. Sourced mainly from the volcanic soils of Madagascar, the best pieces of flower agate have a cloudy translucence that makes the internal flowers appear suspended, like spirits in the mist. When hand-polished, the surface glows softly, almost like warm glass, further amplifying its calming energy. It's not a flashy gem. It doesn't scream luxury, but set it beside any other stone, and somehow it quietly steals the spotlight. Ranked 9th, Crazy Lace. Agate, the stone that laughs with you. They call it Crazy Lace Agate, but don't let the name fool you. This gemstone isn't chaos, it's choreography. At first glance, it looks like someone took a desert storm, a splash of sunrise, and the laughter of a carnival, and trapped them all inside a single rock. With vibrant red, gold, cream, and gray swirls, its bands don't flow in straight lines. They dance. No two pieces are the same, and that's the point. Each is nature's freestyle, a geological jazz solo performed over 65 million years ago. Crazy Lace Agate isn't here to calm you into stillness. It calms you into motion. Geologists call it a banded chalcedony, usually forming in northern Mexico's hot, dry regions, where the earth seems to shimmer with energy. Most polished specimens range from 2 to 4 inches, but the energy inside them feels way bigger than that. This is not the stone of silence. It's the stone of joyful resilience. Healers and crystal workers often call it the laughter stone because it doesn't just soothe anxiety. It flips the mood entirely. It invites you to lighten up, play again, and trust the rhythm of your story. Hold it in your hand and you'll notice. It's not cold. It's warm, grounded, and somehow familiar, like a memory you didn't know you had. That's part of its charm. Crazy Lace Agate feels ancient but completely alive. It reminds you that peace doesn't always mean quiet. Sometimes peace looks like movement with meaning. Ranked 8th, White Dendritic Opal. Where stillness becomes art. This is White Dendritic Opal, and it's not just a gemstone. It's a canvas, a miniature winter forest painted by the earth itself. Most pieces are small, palm-sized, around 2 to 3 inches across, with a soft, milky white base that looks like fresh snow under moonlight. But the real magic, that's in the black or dark brown inclusions, known as dendrites. They spread inside the stone like frozen trees, bare branches, or ancient roots. And they're not fossils, they're mineral growths, often manganese or iron, trapped in place as silica hardened over time. Every piece is a one of one. Seriously, no repeats. You're not just holding a stone, you're having a natural ink painting, 100% hand-drawn by the earth. No frame needed. And the energy? Unlike flashy opals, the white dendritic opal is introspective. It's for thinkers, for seekers, for the ones who stare into the fog and still see beauty. It's been called the shaman's stone in some circles, not because it's dramatic, but because it invites stillness with depth. A kind of peace that feels ancient. Healers believe it connects you to nature and your roots. It grounds you, not like heavy chains, but like the steady calm of deep snow under pine trees. You hold it and the world doesn't disappear. It just quiets. Most of the best pieces come from Madagascar or the American Southwest. When polished, the surface stays soft and matte, giving the patterns inside a quiet, ghostly glow, like ink floating in milk. Ranked 7th, Botswana Agate, the stone that breathes calm. If peace had a rhythm, it would look like Botswana agate. At first glance, it's subtle. You might walk past it in a gem shop, distracted by flashier stones. But pause, just for a second, and look closer. You'll see it. Soft, delicate bands of white, gray, lilac, and blush, swirling together like breath in cold air or smoke drifting through the morning light. That's Botswana agate's magic. It doesn't demand your attention, it earns it. Formed over 187 million years ago in the volcanic highlands of Botswana, this gem is a masterclass in slow beauty. Each band was laid down like a heartbeat in stone, one layer at a time. Most pieces range between 2 and 3 inches, small enough to sit in your palm, but with a pattern so intricate it feels endless. What makes it different from other agates is consistency. The bands are tight, soft-edged, and flowing, like waves that have forgotten how to crash. Botswana agate is pure harmony, unlike some agates that feel chaotic or noisy. Geologists call it fortification agate. Botswana agate doesn't try to fix you. It sits with you. It's a reminder that peace isn't always found in silence, but in subtle repetition. Knowing that no matter how messy life gets, there's always a pattern underneath it all, holding you steady. And aesthetically, it's a designer's dream. Botswana agate adds understated elegance to any setting, whether set in silver, paired with rose gold, or displayed raw. It's the gemstone version of a soft-spoken genius, humble, refined, unforgettable. Ranked 6th, Larimar, the only gem that carries the sea inside. Imagine if the Caribbean Sea had a heartbeat. It would look like Larimar. This isn't just a gemstone. It's the soul of sunlight hitting salt water, frozen in time and set in stone. Larimar is found in exactly one place on Earth, a tiny mountainous region of the Dominican Republic, only a few square miles wide. That's it. No other mine. There is no second source, just one secret pocket of Earth creating something impossibly serene. Most polished pieces are around 1.5 to 3 inches across, but when you hold one, it feels like you're having a piece of sky. Milky blues, soft whites, and the occasional green swirl come together like waves curling over white sand. Some stones even look like they're still rippling, like the ocean never stopped moving, just slowed down long enough to become Larimar. But here's what makes it different. Larimar isn't just calming, it has that rare ability to change the room. You set it down, and suddenly everything feels lighter, like the energy took a deep breath. Geologically, Larimar is a rare form of pectolite, but most pectolite is white or gray. Larimar, it turns ocean blue because of copper trapped in its crystal structure. That copper is what creates its electric softness. The perfect contradiction. Designers love it because it looks fantastic in silver. Healers love it because it helps with communication, emotional clarity, and deep calm. Collectors love it because it's rare and finite. Once it's gone, it's gone. Ranked 5th, Chrysocolla, the gem that feels like a wise woman's voice. Some stones speak, but Chrysocolla, it sings. in whispers only the soul can hear. Found in copper-rich deposits across Peru, Chile, and the American Southwest, Chrysocolla is often mistaken for turquoise. But it's not just a pretty blue face, it's deeper, wiser. With color ranges that stretch from ocean teal to rainforest green, and patterns that look like Earth painted itself, Chrysocolla carries the quiet strength of something ancient and feminine. Polished pieces are usually 1.5 to 3 inches wide, palm-sized, but the patterns inside them feel vast, like landscapes seen from the sky. Look closely, and you'll see rivers of green swirling into pools of blue, woven with dark veins like tree roots or sacred symbols. No two stones look the same, because no two stories of the earth are the same. Chrysocolla is a storyteller in mineral form, but here's what makes it different. This gem doesn't push. It receives, it listens, it doesn't clear the storm, it teaches you to rest within it. Often called the stone of the wise woman, Chrysocolla is tied to throat and heart energies. It's for those who want to speak clearly but lead with compassion. Healers use it to soften anger, balance emotions, and reconnect people with their inner voice, the one that doesn't yell but knows. What's wild is that Chrysocolla is soft, only about 2.5 to 3.5 on the Mohs scale, yet its energy feels grounded and unshakable. It's fragile, yes, but powerful, just like you. And that contradiction is precisely what makes it unforgettable. Ranked fourth, Rhodochrosite, the softest stone with the deepest power. Do you want to know what unconditional love looks like? It's not red, it's not loud, it's pink, with soft curves, tender layers, and a heartbeat you can almost see. This is Rhodochrosite, the gemstone that doesn't just sit pretty, it heals. Found deep within the mines of Argentina, Colorado, and Peru, Rhodochrosite forms in narrow veins of ancient manganese deposits. Most pieces are 2 to 4 inches across, but the moment you hold one, it feels bigger, like it's holding you. Let's talk about the pattern. That's what makes this stone unique. Soft, circular banding in rose, peach, and blush tones that ripple outward like sound waves from the heart. No other gemstone mimics this natural symmetry with so much emotional intelligence. Rhodochrosite looks like it was born from the center of a hug, and in a way it was. Geologically, it's a manganese carbonate. Spiritually, it's a rescue mission, not flashy or dramatic, but quietly life-changing. They call it the stone of the compassionate heart for a reason. Crystal healers use it to help with deep emotional trauma, the kind that gets buried under "I'm fine" and "I don't need help." Rhodochrosite doesn't force anything. It sits with your wounds until you're ready to look, and then, gently, it lets the light in. You'll often find high-grade rhodochrosite cut into cabochons or slices that reveal their mesmerizing concentric layers. When polished, it glows softly, like a sunset held still. It's relatively soft, around 3.5 to 4 on the Mohs scale, but don't mistake that for weakness. Rhodochrosite is soft on purpose. It teaches that vulnerability is power. Ranked third, moss agate, the forest you can hold in your hand. This isn't a gemstone that tries to impress you. It invites you back to where you came from, the earth. Most polished pieces are between 2 and 3 inches across. Holding one is like having a forest in your hand. Not figuratively, literally. The green inclusions look like moss, ferns, or trees growing inside glass. But they're not plants. They're traces of minerals like chlorite or hornblende, formed over millions of years as silica settled into cracks and caverns in volcanic rock. What makes it wildly unique is that no two moss agates ever look alike. One might look like a misty mountain ridge. Another is a forest floor after rain. Another like algae swirling in a tide pool. It's less like a gemstone and more like a snapshot of living nature frozen in time. It doesn't bring stillness through silence. It brings stillness through connection. When you hold it, you don't feel empty, you feel rooted. Geologically, moss agate is a chalcedony, a microcrystalline quartz. But its magic goes beyond mineral classification. It's the stone you carry when you want to slow down, breathe deeper, and remember that healing isn't a rush. It's a season. Designers love its dreamy patterns in sterling silver. Nature lovers carry it in pockets, packs, and palms. Spiritual seekers see it as a bridge, not just to the earth, but to their own inner landscape. Because in a world chasing speed and shine, moss agate teaches one quiet truth. Nothing grows fast forever, and that's okay. Ranked second, ocean jasper, the stone that holds the sea's secret patterns. If the ocean could dream, it would dream in the colors of ocean jasper. This isn't just a gemstone, it's a tidal memory, a fossilized ripple of water, motion, and time. Formed only on the remote coastlines of Madagascar and discovered just a few decades ago, ocean jasper is one of the rarest and most visually hypnotic stones on Earth. It can't be mined by machine. It's hand-extracted from cliffs that vanish under high tide. And yes, that means it can only be collected when the ocean steps aside. That's already magic. But then you look inside. No two pieces are alike, ever. You'll see a kaleidoscope of patterns, orbs, waves, polka dots, swirls, and eyes, all suspended in layers of green, blue, cream, gold, pink, and even lavender. Some stones are 2 inches wide, others palm-sized, but each feels like an entire planet pressed into stone. Here's what makes ocean jasper different from every other calming gemstone. It doesn't still the waters. It helps you float. It's not silence. It's buoyancy. This is the stone that says, you don't have to sink to find peace. You can rise with it. Let's not ignore the aesthetic. Ocean jasper is an interior designer's dream. It works beautifully with brass, wood, and ceramic, and it makes jewelry pieces feel like ancient relics from a forgotten world. Even in its raw form, it looks alive. So when you hold a piece of ocean jasper, you're not just having a rock, you're holding rhythm, pattern, mystery, a moment when the sea stood still long enough for the earth to remember it. In the first place, blue lace agate, the piece you can hold in your hands. Blue lace agate doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't sparkle. It doesn't demand. That's probably why it stands out. With its soft blue hues and delicate white bands, blue lace agate looks like someone cut out a piece of the clear afternoon sky and turned it into stone. Most polished pieces are 1.5 to 3 inches wide, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, yet somehow large enough to alter your entire state of being. Those swirling bands aren't painted. They're natural agates, formed over millions of years in volcanic pockets deep beneath Namibia and South Africa. Each curve is like a whisper, like a sigh held in the stone. This gemstone truly differs because it doesn't just look peaceful, it conveys peace. Known as the stone of the quiet voice, blue lace agate has long been used to calm anxiety, aid gentle communication, and help people speak their truths, gently, without fear. This stone is for those who carry quiet storms inside but don't want to broadcast them. It's not dramatic, it's not violent, it's just present, like a hand on your shoulder saying, "You're okay." Its vibrations are steady, calm, and balanced, like emotional aloe for the nervous system. And unlike other stones that buzz or generate energy, blue lace agate doesn't ask anything of you. It just reminds you to breathe. And that's why blue lace agate tops this list. Because of all the stones with soothing patterns, mossy forests, turbulent seas, flowery dreams, it's the only gemstone that feels like silence is present. Its soft, rhythmic lines reflect the breath. Inhale, exhale, curve by curve. It doesn't just look peaceful, it teaches peace. Not by overpowering, not by distracting. But I want to remind you that stillness is not the absence of energy. It's the mastery of energy. Blue lace agate is more than just a stone. It's a pause, a gentle yes, a clear voice in a noisy world. And that's why it's not just number one, it's irreplaceable. These 10 gemstones don't just decorate, they resonate. Each one holds a unique language of stillness, a frequency of peace shaped by eons beneath the earth. Whether you keep one on your nightstand, wear it close to your heart, or admire its patterns occasionally, these stones are more than beautiful. They are reminders that even in stillness, there is movement. Even in quiet, there is power. And in a single stone, there can be peace. Don't forget to press and hold that like button, leave a comment, and hit subscribe before we begin.